And we are live. Hey there, private practice success community. How are you guys going? I am just gonna wait a bit and hopefully Abby will be hopping on and sharing this into the groups. I have decided to live stream today to you from my backyard. Hey Tony, how are you? How's things at the practice? Because it's such a lovely, is it autumn? Is it officially autumn? It's not officially winter yet, right? I don't know. But autumn slash winter's day here in Brisbane. The sun is out. My neighbors are mowing the lawn. That's the noise you are hearing. And the sun is actually so bright that I can't see without my sunglasses. So I told Abby, I'm just gonna go live. I can't even see if I'm presentable because even with or without my sunnies, I can't see what I look like. But I'm here. I'm here sitting at the swimming pool. I'll give you an overview of what I'm doing. Nothing too impressive other than just the pool where we hang out and where the kids mostly. Tony says it's autumn. Yes, that's the beauty of living in Queensland, the beauty of living in Brisbane, right? When we came over from South Africa, we came straight to Brisbane, and I have never been tempted. Actually, I have recently, but before recently, I have never been tempted to live anywhere else than Brisbane. Until, of course, I went on holidays to 1770 and Agnes Water, and now I want to retire there. The decision has been made. That's where I want to go to. But for now, I'm loving Brisbane here. Now, I do have a topic that I want to speak to you guys about, and you know, I can't see my topic after I've typed it in on the live stream, and I don't have my laptop here with me, but it's really my ultimate multitasking activity that I wish I had implemented when I was still a practice principal. But before I do that, and as we wait for Abby to share it into 3 of my groups that I've asked her to do, and hopefully we might have 1 or 2 more people join us live, because of course, being psychologists, we are probably in session. Being practice owners, you might be in supervision, in meetings, or you might even have shut down your phone and social media. But it's always good to get notifications from Gerda when she's live, right? So just quickly, a lot of people have been asking me how I'm going post iron infusion. And I believe, Tony, you've said that you've been through one of those, right? Because last week, Tuesday, I had my iron infusion, and I'm actually still waiting for the big reveal to happen. The big reveal in terms of hopping out of bed and being super energized, which hasn't happened as yet. So I'm a bit disappointed with that. It's like, okay, this afternoon it would have been a week, and I don't feel like remarkably different than I did previously. However, this morning I had an interesting experience. As you may know, I try and run most weekdays. Sometimes I will do it on the weekends, but I always think, you know, I'm busy anyway with the kids over the weekend, and I go up and down the stairs like 200,000 times doing laundry and all of that type of stuff. So mostly I do that during the week, and this morning was the first time in many months that I was able to run on my morning run to the point where my chest was burning, you know, and it's actually such a great feeling. And it's a painful feeling, and it's a tiring feeling, but it was an amazing feeling, because having that burning sensation was really telling me that you're getting your mojo back, Gerda. Maybe you not jumping out of bed in the mornings yet. Maybe you don't feel like double the amount of energy that you used to yet, but you can see small little changes, right? And I suspect that the process is different for each of us. So this was a really important milestone for me, really being in an uncomfortable state during my morning run, which was a great sign. Which I guess the other learning is sometimes when things are uncomfortable or painful, it is actually a good sign, right? You just need to know in what context that is. What are you saying? Tony says, takes me 2 weeks, and look out, I can't imagine you with more energy. Okay, so maybe maybe it's a bit more time, right? A bit more time. 2 weeks. Okay, I'll wait another 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, that means it's going to be just in time for the masterclass. Look out, everybody that's coming to masterclass weekend workshop, which is not this week, it's next weekend. I can't wait. Tony says I will definitely notice it. Excellent. I'm so excited about that. All right, so to the topic at hand then. So our topic for today's live stream is my ultimate, and that's a big call, right? Multitasking. And you know, it depends on who you talk to. People are for and against multitasking. And very often when I'm sitting at my desk, I'm very much against multitasking, right? I'm very much like, choose what I'm doing, focus on that, set a time limit, generally 20, 25 or 30 minutes depending on what it is, and just smashing through the specific thing. Because there are also research of course out there that says that when you multitask you're actually less productive, because it takes a certain amount of time for your brain again to recalibrate and move between tasks. But this is actually something that you can do a multitask in, and without it taking away from your time. It actually gives you time, right? And you may or may not be surprised to know that it relates to my running. Okay, and I'll get to the point of why I wish I had done this many years ago. So this morning, for example, when I went on my morning run, as I often do, what it looks like is the kids goes off to school, and then I'm out the door for the run, listening to my music. I generally listen to one or sometimes two songs on repeat. So this morning I listened to the latest Post Malone song called Sunflower, which is actually from the new Spider-Man movie, and I listened to it over and over and over, literally 45 minutes on repeat. Who's here? Hey Jenny, how are you? I listened to it on repeat. So for me, listening to music, the same song on repeat, has a meditative impact on my mind, right? I also run, and for me, and I never really got it right, for me, my running is my meditation. As a psychologist, I strongly believe in having periods of times where, you know, you do meditation. But I have never been able to do the regular meditation of sitting down and meditating, or, you know, doing something like yoga. You know, if I'm in a yoga class, and I've done yoga classes, particularly hot yoga, I do enjoy it when I do it, but I find like after 15 minutes, I start to go, where's the clock? How long do we have to go? It's like, I've had enough right now. You know, I'm like bored. Things are moving too slow for me. and that might be a personality thing, but that's also why I love running, because there is movement, but I meditate whilst I run. So when I'm on my run, there's movement, which is great for physical energy, right? I am meditating, my brain is shutting down from other stuff, and I'm listening to my music. However, during that state, when during my running meditation, you know what happens? I get a complete download of what my day is going to be like. And it happened again this morning, as it usually does, because I would know what is on my schedule for my day, because normally before I finish my day before, I always go, okay, this was today, what do I have on tomorrow, and is everything ready, prepped, etc., etc. I normally do that exercise for the next 3 days, okay? So because I always want to go, is everything ready and prepped, so that when I pitch up for the next day, that everything's sorted, organized, because I don't want anxiety and worry and overwhelm and stress because I haven't done what I needed to do, right? So because then yesterday, even though it was a public holiday, I actually still worked officially. I was doing masterclass weekend workshop consults, so I was still in work mode, although it was a public holiday. So I checked what my day was like today. So when I was running, I was like going through my head, yes, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. Okay, there's a space here. Oh, I'm gonna live stream to my team, this not my team, to you guys, my community. This is what I'm gonna talk about. Everything just came to me, right? It came to me. I also decided on an email challenge that I'm doing in my free Facebook group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, get in. It's called Private Practice Success for Allied Health Professionals. It's totally free, and I wrote up already now earlier, just before this, the whole challenge that I have for them that's happening tomorrow. But all of that came to me as I was running, right? My whole day was laid out, and when that happens, you just have this sense of calm in terms of knowing what I need to do, etc., etc. Yes, I do plan out my quarters. I do 90-day planning. I do monthly planning, weekly planning. Of course, stuff pop up, but because I have this meditative process, and I say it's a multitasking process because I do so many things in the time that I'm running, the benefits for me physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that I get from going on this 45-minute morning run is just amazing, and it sets me up for a great day of productivity. Hey Celine, how are you? Hey Salema, how are you? Thanks for joining, ladies. So I really want to encourage you to find out what that is for you. Maybe it is yoga for you. You know, maybe it's something, maybe you like to go for a morning swim and it has the same impact for you. You know, I don't like swimming in a swimming pool that's as little as this. It's like I'm gonna have to do so many laps to swim, and it gets cold still, even it's Brisbane. I don't have that in me. So it's about finding what works for you, right? And then doing it at the start of your day. Okay, when I was this principle at my practice, and this is what I mean, I so benefits of this. And you know what, I fell into the exact same trap that you are probably in right now, of just going, I've got all this stuff on my to-do list, and having these rules in our head that I must be at the practice at 8 o'clock, or I must be at the practice at 8:30, or I must be at the practice at 9 o'clock because of A, B, and C, because I've got clients, because I have meetings, because I have all these things to do, right? And for many years, I tried to fit in my exercise and stuff around all of these other must-dos and stuff that I had on, never truly realizing that it's not about doing exercise for me. Potentially, and I'm confidently thinking definitely for you, because you get so much more out of it. I mean, I haven't even mentioned the fact that you feel worthy, the fact that it helps to prevent burnout, stress, and all of that stuff. That's all the negative stuff, but it's still helpful, like preventing negative things. For me, I do it because I see all these positives, all the gains I get from doing it, right? And I so wish that I realized years and years ago that it's not just about doing exercise so that I don't continue to pick up weight because I'm stressed, and you know, and the adrenal glands are working and hanging off. You know, you're having babies and you struggle to lose the weight, and then you're stressed because you're trying to run and build a business. And I kept on telling myself that I need to exercise, but it was never a priority. And only now, only now that I have the time, because I'm not hands-on at the practice anymore, that I'm realizing, oh my goodness, I could have had all these benefits all those years ago. I just wish somebody could have really spelled it out to me, and if I still didn't do it, maybe stood behind me kicking my ass until I did, because the benefits far outweigh the time that it takes to spend this time. You need to remember, you are the business owner, and I know how your head works, because you're probably a lot like me, that because you are the business owner, because you are a responsible practice owner, because you are a hard working practice owner that wants to set a great example, you do not want to be the one that only rocks up to the practice at 10 a.m. You want to be there, well, this was me, right? Like before everybody else. It's like, I want to be there before everybody else, and I leave after everybody else has gone home. That was me, okay? Especially in the first 3, 4, 5 years of my business, because I felt I had that responsibility. Looking back, you know, I still respect that. I respect that people do that, but it's not worth it at the end of the day. People don't treat you any different because you do that. Your team don't stay any longer. You know, that's not what makes you a great business owner. What makes you a great practice owner is to set the you. So it is okay for you to decide that, you know what, I'm not starting clients anymore at 9 o'clock. I might start clients now at 10 o'clock, or maybe even 11, God forbid, I decide to only rock up and start clients at 11. You can do it, okay? Because it's your practice, it's your business. And it's nobody else's business about what you do when you're not at the practice, okay? No one else's business. And if you then choose to, yes, work an hour or two later, you can do that. But what I can tell you as well is the following, that when you compress the amount of time that you have to get something done, you will get more. If you've got less time to do the same job, you will still get it done. Like I have greatly compressed my time, right? And I've got so many big things that I want to do for private practice success. But I start my day at 11, and generally it's finished the latest at 3:45. Okay, because if we get the kids from school ourselves, it will be earlier. If they take the bus, which is 3 days a week, they get home at 3:45, and then it's tools down, right? They walk in, Ethan walks in the door, and it's tools down. Doesn't matter how hard you try, it's just not going to happen, so you just tools down. So I also have a limited amount of time, and I still get all my stuff done that I need to do. If I had to start at 9 o'clock, I would still probably only do the exact same stuff. It is a myth that if you spend more time at work, you will get more stuff done. Just take it from me. It's a myth. It is a myth. So don't make that your justification for why you aren't getting out there and looking after your self-care, okay? Because I can tell you the way that you're gonna feel when you walk into the practice is gonna be amazing. Yes, I can tell you honestly that initially you're gonna have some guilt. Okay, because I know you. Because I know you like me. You're gonna feel like, oh, I feel so bad only pitching up at the practice at 10 a.m. and they've already seen clients from 9 or 8 or even 7 o'clock. You know what, that's okay. Your team gonna work the shifts that's available for them. It's like if I want to go work, let's say as in the acute care team with Queensland Health, they're gonna tell me when the shifts are, and I need to make the decision whether that fits in for me, right? And these days in the acute care team, they do 24-hour shifts. They do work 7-day shifts or 7 days a week. You know, it's like around the clock. But if I'm pulled to work in that team, whether they are employees or subcontractors, they know the shifts when they come on board. That is their choice to work those, and it's their responsibility to get their exercise wherever it suits them. Okay, whether it's even before they wake up, you know, they might be early birds. They might go to the gym at 4:30. There's people that do that. I've got so much respect for that. I could never do that. But there's people that are super early birds. That's what works for them. Or maybe they're night owls and they go, you know what, my brain only wakes up like 7 o'clock tonight. So if I go to the gym at 7 to 8, then my brain is awake. I can be so productive in the next 60 minutes, 90 minutes, get lots of work done. That works for them. We really need to stop with all the mental blocks, with all these rules that we tell ourselves how things should be, because that's all it is. It's rules. And I was very much a rule follower the first couple of years in my practice and business, because it's the first time ever I ran a business, and it's the first time ever I ran a business in a new country that I didn't know, right, here in Australia. So I was very, very careful. But, you know, I've subsequently come to know the rules and come to know, you know, how can I get close to it? And I recently blogged around that as well. So to really summarize is this. I really want you to reflect on what your days and weeks look like at the moment. And if you are feeling stressed, if you are feeling overwhelmed by 10, 11 o'clock in the morning at your practice, something ain't working. Something ain't working. All right. Yes, it might be business processes and stuff. And yes, I can help you with all that mentoring and coaching through my training and programs. But you know what? The first thing you need to do is look after your body, because we can't deny the link between our body and our mindset, the way we feel physically and our mindset, because that physical energy has an impact on your mental energy. So really sit and think, what is that ideal thing that you want to do? Even if you do it only minimum twice a week, ideally 3 times a week. Okay, that to me is my minimum, 3 times a week. Ideally I do 5, because I know I can't always do 5, and I'm not going to be hard on myself when I can't do it, right? So you might want to set yourself a minimum of 2 days a week, ideally 3 days a week, where you are going to go first thing in the morning, where the first thing in the morning for you are 4 o'clock because you're an early bird, or maybe first thing in the morning for you is like me, never before 8, probably 8:30, some mornings 9 o'clock only. But morning is you're going to do something for yourself, something physical, a yoga class, going swimming at your local public pool, you know, having a walk on the beach if you're fortunate enough to live by the ocean, you know, having a walk through the forest if you're fortunate enough to live in a rural area, you know, having a run just in your local neighborhood, going to any type of class, spinning class, whatever it is for you. Set yourself a timer, you know, minutes, then I'm back, and it's going to basically take 90 minutes out of your morning, but you're going to get to the practice in a calmer state. Like I said initially, there's going to be some guilt, there might be some anxiety. You need to sit through that. You need to sit through the wave of guilt and self-judgment, which is going to come from you, because you're going to judge yourself for not being there before everybody else, not working more hours than everybody else. You need to deal with that mental chatter that is judging you, that comes from yourself, okay? And you need to go park that somewhere and just not engage with it, and sit through it and keep going. And very, very soon, if you commit to that, if you keep doing that, you will find that you will be able to rock up to the practice knowing exactly when I get in, I'm putting my laptop down, I'm going to the front desk, I'm going to speak to them about, you know, how many open appointments do we have? What have you done thus far to try and refill that? What's happening with X, Y, and Z? You're going to give the instructions, because during your run for me, you've already gone. Tell my senior associate, what do I need to do in a quick email to my team? Cool. Fabulous. Now I've got clients. So day's going to go so efficiently and so productively because this thing is right. Because when you exercise, although you might get a download like I do, you are still getting out of your head. Okay? Your body is moving. It's an amazing process what happens, and please, you need to gift this to yourself. Somebody's commenting, I'm currently multitasking, says Michelle. Awesome, Michelle. Awesome. You are actually a queen at multitasking, Michelle. Let's just acknowledge that for a second. Multitasking mom and business owner. So please give this to yourself. Do not wait. Do not tell yourself, when I have a full-time reception, I will do this. Or when I have more team members, I will do this. Or when whatever happens, because I know that's what you do, right? That's like your clients when they come in and they give you excuses why they can't implement the interventions that you know are going to make a humongous difference to their lives. You know how frustrating that is, right? When you've got the answers, you give it on a silver platter to your clients and they shoot it down. It happens. Sometimes it happens unconsciously, but you know how frustrating that is, right? So if you're not listening to me, you're going to frustrate me. Don't do it. Take it on board and really just go, I don't care to heck with what everybody thinks, with what my head thinks. I'm going to do this. Trial it for 4 weeks and let me know how you go, because I can guarantee you'll continue to do it. If I could go back in time, and people always ask me this question, Gerda, if you could go back in time, what would you do differently in your practice? My first answer, and most consistent one I always tell them, is I would get a business coach and mentor right from day dot. I know that that I would never have thought that I needed one, right? But I know now that's what I would do differently. And the second thing is I would do what I do now then already, because it would have made the whole process of running through brick walls, as you do as a business owner, to make things happen and to build this practice that you so love. it would have made it a much more joyful and less stressful experience, okay? Because my whole life was about, and in those early years, just do, getting stuff done, okay? I've learned so much through trial and error, and I can tell you these are one of the biggest would implement straight off the bat to look after me better during that process. So please seriously consider it, doing it, and let me know if you are going to implement it. So I want to be there applauding you and supporting you along the way. All right, I am gonna have to go, everybody. I've got another live stream that I need to do in my Next Level Mastermind group that I'm looking forward to. Want to have some lunch before then. And oh yes, before I run away, for those that is not aware of the Get It Done retreat, please check out the website. I'll put the link in the comment section. We still have 3 spaces available for Get It Done, where you come together with myself and my management team, which is my principal psych, my client relationship team leader, and my accounts person, where we spend 4 nights and 3 days masterminding, and we have hot seats actually, so that's the mastermind part of it, and you get to do your to-do list. Okay, you get to get shit done with our support and our input. We don't just let you come and do your thing. We ask you, what is it? How can we help you with it? You know, is this the right thing for your business right now? We are there to support you all the way and hold your hand. We just had somebody sign up last night that's from Brisbane, and she's just going to be like a day attendee. She's not staying over, which means that we still have 3 spaces left. Do not miss out. This is one of my most transformational events. I would love to see you there. And please go and do the homework that I gave you on today's live stream. Go and put yourself first. Break through these icons. Okay, let them go and make the most of it, guys. And keep on building that ultimate level 5 private practice. I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.